Hello, palm fronds. Hello, palm fronds. Okay. So this is a short video that maybe one of you will think is interesting, but hopefully will be of assistance to both Reverb Marketplace and the seller who just sold me a cool new amp, which I think is going to need a little bit of attention from a tech to get up to where it needs to be. So, as you see right here, oh, look at that bright light. So sorry. This is a 1976 Marshall JMP Mark II Master Volume 2203. It's a cool amp. Glad that I bought it. And then I kind of as a lark, a cool, well, I've just, you seeing double vision, double vision. Cause that's the one I had, right? But then here's another one. So I bought another JMP, cause I like the first one so much. And this one, according to the seller, just needed a little bit of cosmetic love, but was ripping and roaring like it should when he shipped it off. Unfortunately, it is not ripping. It is neither. It's neither ripping nor roaring at the moment. So hopefully there's some shipping insurance that can get figured out. Hopefully there's just a couple reasonable adult conversations to have to get everything sorted. But it is maybe easier on the seller and maybe easier on Reverb or an insurance claim if I sort of document it. This is the amp that my perfect daughter Odette helped me unpack. So here's what we have got going on. The cosmetic description was absolutely accurate according to the original post that the seller was posing. It is kind of as described, and also I will definitely give the seller many thumbs up for the pack job that happened. The tubes were pulled, they were wrapped individually in bubble wrap. I got a lot of there's a ton of bubble wrap around the amp itself, securely packed. It wasn't bouncing around or anything, and there was the box looked like it had been thrown around a little bit, but it was just like general wear. Maybe it was an old box too. There wasn't any oh, look at that spot on the box, that's where the huge fuck up happened. Nothing like that. One thing that I noticed, and I just don't have enough of familiarity with how transformers are normally going to sit, is the output transformer being a little cocked over to the right. So I don't know if it took a hit, and that has something to do with the issues that we're having. But I cleaned all the tube sockets before when I got the amp, just to give it a good shot. None of the tubes are broken that got in. Cord is fine. This little ohm selector is fine. But on crank up, you're not getting any output. Well, it's not zero output, but definitely not. We're not firing on all cylinders. Okie doke. So you're sitting right next to the amp right this second. The cab that this amp is running into is set at an 8 ohm load. The 8 ohm selection is chosen on the output of the cab, and so those match up. I'm taking it off standby. Master is at 0. Preamp is all the way up. So you're hearing a lot of, taking it close to the speaker, you're hearing a lot of rustling leaves, a lot of all manner of noisiness. And then I've got the master up now to about 2 with the preamp cranked and the master at 2. I should be physically uncomfortable with volume and also in danger of waking up my 2-year-old child in the next room. I'm playing power chords with my free hand here. You've got master will go up and respond to an increase in volume, but it's not letting anything through. So telling me, or my guess is that the pot is fine. That. This is the first time I'm testing tone pots. Treble. Treble and middle are doing what I would expect. I don't hear any impact from the bass or the presence knob. Wow, what a disaster. Cinematic graphically. I'm going to put this up on reverb just because it's not reverb, but on YouTube, but in case it's helpful to somebody. Same story on the low input is on the high input. We are passing signal, but it is not. Right now the master's at like 8, and the preamp is also all the way up. So that's not running. In the ad, in the listing, I know that bass pots don't really do shit on my other JMP that is fully serviced, but I think this is like really not doing anything. I don't know. I feel like this. The listing said that the listing said that the bass pot was hard to turn. It is not hard to turn at all. It's just doesn't seem to be engaged. And I'd say the same with the presence pot. Maybe you haven't noticed it as I've been talking, but you've got a pretty consistent, that leaf rustling noise that happens on fire up still happens, although intermittently. And we've never kind of had the amp working as described yet. But it was packed well. I'm not saying that the seller was telling me fibs. Something could have got knocked around that they couldn't have prevented. So I'll keep you in the loop. But it is something that I'm gonna have to bring up to the seller and show them this video and figure things out. But I'm optimistic. I'm sure we'll get something figured out, because I'll tell you, this is a fun amount of double vision to see. To have little pairs, couple hundred water beasts is a lot of fun. Okay, that's it for now. Peace.